How's your coffee? I'm eating Belgium croissant. It doesn't too close. In the vividly presented Vajrasava, yet it is empty, there is not one atom of the solid substance to it. No flesh, no blood, no eternal organs. Like a, how do you say so? Here is no internal organs, means it's maybe it's like kind of the representative of the all the whatever we have, humans, faculties, and inner, everything's the, but very important here is there's nothing kind of the solid atoms or like kind of the some substantial things. If you say it's like internally no organs, and Vajrasava hasn't got stomach, or Vajrasava is something inside like kind of the empty. But not like this. External form is like exactly we are same human form, and innerly all the organs, 5, like kind of the faculty, everything is there. There is the, but not kind of the built up by the some atom or like a solid or like kind of the materials. It's like a kind of the externally inner, everything is like crystal. And like this, very important. Sometimes our conceptual mind is to think many different way. If you say no internal organ, then what? Vajrasava hasn't got like a long heart, stomach, and only like kind of the outside, like kind of statues. And not like this. It's externally, innerly, everything, the representative of the faculties, organs, everything is there, but it's not the same as like we are, not contaminated, not kind of a solid or the material or substantial things. Like here is the, it is like a rainbow, appearance to the space or on immaculate crystal vase. Crystal vase is like kind of the penetrated, and it is like kind of external or inner, between there is like kind of nothing kind of obscure or any kind of adventitious, there's no existence, and like a kind of the transparency, and like this sort of we need to think. And also again maybe when you want to visualize the Vajrasava like this, now you understand how you can to like create. I told you it's like the practicing clearly to generations. There is the gates of the door is like the word and the meaning. That means it's like the Vajrasava's sadhanat, the like a kind of the normally each sadhanat, or even in our Hundu, Longchen Hundu, there is to how to visualize. We are reciting that during the recitation of the Vajrasava prayers. Then it's not kind of the to make sound. Each word, of course, at the moment it's very difficult when you follow up the phonetics. Sometimes you need to read your own language. Then more is like easily can come into your minds. Very important things here. Whatever you have, I think we have conceptual ideas. All the like kind of the thoughts, whatever appears, may be better transformed into the Vajrasavas. Externally, we say it's like whatever appears, and I make kind of the joke or like a kind of the pulling legs, your leg. When you perceive the appearance of the mountain, it's a mountain of the Vajrasava. You see the forest, trees, it's also Vajrasava trees of the Vajrasava. Lake and any animals, inanimals, humans, or it's any kind of whatever you are, like kind of to see these things, you imagine, you like kind of visualized as Vajrasavas. Maybe you don't need many deities, not necessarily. This Vajrasava is the representative of all the Ndaka and Dakinis. And not necessary. Vajrasava itself actually the unification of the truth, unification of the Ndaka and Dakinis, unification of the three times the Buddha past, present, futures, unification of the representative of the three jewels, the representative of the three kayas, representative of the three root. And therefore, it's like whatever you perceive forms externally, it's kind of the supporting to you, power of the support, Vajrasava. Maybe even if you see that one house, or beautiful house, ugly house, maybe if I have this house, how I can to run away it? This house is very ugly, and like not thinking like this. When you receive the house, it's kind of the Vajrasavas. And then you don't need Vajrasava as good, but you cannot to judge. We cannot to judge. It's just Vajrasava. This is the in fact. And in this perspective, it's like everything is like to meditate on the Vajrasava. And also in the word of my perfect teacher say, if you meditate on like this, it is most very important benefit for ourselves. And it's like a kind of, for example, I can take example. Maybe you met one person. First, you don't know this person. It's not your enemy. It's not your friend. Very much kind of like equal. But then it's like maybe you more too close. Maybe it's become your friend. Maybe it's become your enemies. Maybe why it's happened this one? Maybe through your minds. Maybe you provoke something, this appeared your enemy. Maybe it's like kind of become as your friend. But this person itself, maybe yesterday is your friend, today is your enemy. But this is like a way of the holding of our mind. This person itself is yesterday is like one face, today is a different face. It's not. This one is like maybe have one aspect. It doesn't matter when this person become your enemy or when it's like your friend. It doesn't matter the object. But the way of the holding your mind, sometimes it's according your idea, according your emotions, it's this person's enemy. You hate it, you don't want to see, you criticize. One is like where if our mind is changed, oh, I love this person, then this person is like kind of for your like very important object matter. You talking, you sending message, you not. This is like main principally whatever we hold externally is become like this. And exactly our all the meditations purpose like this. When we meditate, maybe deities, we meditate like Buddha, then it's like maybe mind is kind of try to like our mind is transform ourselves, it's become the Buddha. And if we kind of all the times I am evil, I am like kind of ghost, I am a demon, all the time is concerning like this, maybe yes, maybe we become like this. And therefore we need to generate ourselves. I have Buddha nature, I am like this, I want to become the Buddha. And also externally, also each element has nature. Nature realities is permeated all the phenomena of the samsara and nirvanas. Without two natural realities, no existence, any like kind of the phenomena. Then we can to think in nature of the realities, that perspective, there's nothing kind of the dirty, ugly, nothing. We more to think this, maybe this thing is which kind of benefit, maybe nothing for them. For example, Buddha, he is all the time has pure perception and like realized the pure perception, realize everything is for his perspective, Daka and Dakinis and Vajrasava. But how is like the effect to us, like kind of the influence? This is quite very difficult too. Therefore, if we do like to meditation, that the consequence, result is coming in ourselves is to changing. Ourselves is to changing to become more authentic, more kind of genuine, more like this. Therefore, it is very important to like concerning like all the external phenomena. It is like become the supporter of your Vajrasava or power of the support. Of course, sometimes we say it's like a dualistic in the samsaric sentient beings perspective, or there is ugly war, or there is like killing each other, or there is like kind of the like how do you say, torch each other, and like kind of the nasty things externally happen. Maybe this one is like too serious, honestly to analyze. We don't know it's really what is going to happen in the externally. For example, like last night my dreams, and there is positive things, also there's negative things. And that moment it is looks like real, seemingly exactly it's a truth. And I can to perceive good things, I pray, and good attachment, grasping. Ugly things, there are many ugly things, criticize, like kind of. Then that moment, there's on my own experience, my own appearances of the dream, exist or not exist. If someone says this is your dream, then absolutely, but I cannot to believe that. But I'm like struggling in the dreams. Like this in the morning, wake up, all of they're gone. Maybe where they're gone, I don't know. And also during the day, for example, yesterday, what you did, what I did, what we did things. It's just a dream. Maybe it's already gone. Even there is no left any trace. And absolutely disappeared, like birds flying in the sky, nothing left, like this. And then what it is, like this is true, is a reality, is there something existing, and very difficult. But there are something appears, this appearance is maybe it's like good or bad, absolutely depends that what we are holding. There is like kind of the talking, maybe one person is, maybe it's like 8 or 20 people to look at one person. Maybe it's like his wife think he is my husband. His children, they think our father. Maybe his brothers think is, oh, this is my brother. Maybe his enemies think is our enemies. One person has perceived different peoples, but this person is to sometimes to change husband, sometimes to change father, sometimes they never. This person's like this, but who is the holder, seers to perceive that? Then is the mind is transformed, mind is changed. Or someone say my friend, someone says my father, someone says my husband, someone my brother. Then different way, like this. But actually maybe it's like to thinking purely good. Maybe this person's to help to us, this mind. Like this is externally support. Now I make joke. And all the appearances of the form and Vajrasava and all the sound, it is the sound of the Vajrasava matters. That is like a more externally the power of the support. Inner your thoughts is like inner your this power of the thoughts. It is the more connected to the compassion and natural state. That is the very important. These two are the to combine us, then wonderful, marvelous, extraordinary. Like this way is very important. It's like a rainbow appearing in the space or an immaculate crystal vase. And it is imbued with wisdom. Imbued with wisdom. And the aspect of the wisdom. Lord Vajrasava is identical in nature with your own compassionate root teachers. And here is yesterday we says maybe some in the perspective. You talking about the teacher. It's maybe it's a little bit too much. It's some in the modern times. Or the lamas is not really your own root teacher, okay? Teachers as your root teacher, it means you receive like transmission, empowerment, and also it's like aura instructions. Then actually it's like finally you receive the most precious word of the introduction of the nature state. This one is like, and also it's like, how to say, it's like a teacher also. There are many different type of the teachers. Like a modern teacher, kind of name of teacher myself, like me. You are Lama or name of the Rinpoche. This is not like this kind of. You really to find qualifier, peerless teachers. We need to rely on that. Why? Because we need to receive empowerment, and we need also receive the transmission. We need also aura instructions of the natural realities. In order to receive this, then we can to realize that our inner quality of the natural realities. This is only through our own teachers. Therefore, teachers the most important. And also it's like we need to connect to the Buddha's teaching, or past, present, futures. Buddha is like kind of the sun, like shine in the sky. Then it's maybe we need to make sunlight to fire on the ground. Between there is like kind of the magnet glasses. We need it. Like this. Buddha's teachings is to receive in order to purely, utterly, unmistakably. Then we need to teacher. Of course, qualities perspective, your teacher and the Buddha is completely different. But in the perspective, maybe your teacher, Buddha is different. Buddha is born, Buddha has appeared, but we couldn't meet. And now it's like we want to properly to practice Buddha's teaching through the teacher. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Therefore, and we sometimes to think about the kind aspect and your teacher, then maybe a little bit easy. And then otherwise it's like some is a disturbing emotions coming, then Vajrasava is like kind of the deities, and Vajrasava is like Buddha, and then only this but here is it is identical in the nature with your own compassionate root teachers in the teacher of the time. But of course, this is like in Tibet, you say Kundu Norbluk. This is like the Vajrasava is the precious embodiment of all the Guru Yoga, and all the kind of your teachers, wherever you meet teachers, or the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, three root and three jewels, everything is resume to make the one unique form. It is the kind of the Vajrasava. This is kind of the compassionate teachers like this. Here is the root teacher means it's someone's most important. It's kind of three things you received, like empowerment, and then it's instructions, and then it's the point out the natural realities. This sort of, and also sometimes you say the root teacher means you kind of the something is you receive the qualities, you received something teaching, such a kind of the benefit inside. Maybe it's kind of this benefit is untalkable, inconceivable. So something is arise into our mind. That moment is your teacher is male or the female, old or young, it doesn't matter. You have irreversible faith, trust is coming. Maybe that is the kind of teacher. Then is you rely on. Maybe more is fast, more easily to to receive the consequence or the maturation is like this. Generally, when it's in order to realize that the Buddha nature out to natural realities, there's all the time I say three kind of step, kind of through the listen and establish the view. Then it's a kind of to realize the true natural realities. And the second is you meditate on the pithy instructions. And the pithy instructions, sometimes it is quite very difficult. Maybe a teacher says something, if we haven't got much trust, maybe we don't understand sometimes this or that. Sometimes we need to put a lot of effort. And what is the teacher's aura instruction to say? You should meditate on it. It is it says, this one is the focus to preserve it into our minds. Then every day, kind of day, diligently to practice, quite very difficult. Third one is kind of everything is put in the shoulder of the teacher says to have the irreversible faith, trust. And then if become the happy, or if I will become the sorrow, if I will go to the hell or if I go to the heaven, everything doesn't matter, depends the teacher kind of how to say it's really deeply and the kind of the precisely we normally say it's irreversible. This kind of trust, faith is can to have. Sometimes it's doing nothing but according the faith devotion is kind of the make the condition, and teachers realization sometimes naturally occurring into our minds. This kind of happened. For example, say it's your faith devotion and trust is kind of the pipe, and this pipe can to water is to bring everywhere, like a kind of canalizations you bring like this. Without pipe and canalization, you cannot bring water everywhere. And like this, that the blessing of the water is in order to bring into our minds. It's a very much necessary faith, trust, pipe we needed. And then it's maybe we are doing nothing but through this and kind of the rely on our own true nature realities. And like this, then maybe you have some questions. No question.
Hello, Rinpoche.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you please tell me what is the size of Vajrasattva when it's above our head?
C'est comme ça. Comme ça. Comme ça. Comme ça. Whatever, which size you want to, you can to decide, okay?
So it's not important really the size.
No, we and the human beings, they are so different size. Yes, it's not important.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And also sometimes say it's like you can alternately. It's maybe it's like if you exercise your like meditation. Sometimes big, sometimes small, sometimes middle. If you can to really to concern the size, it's you can do like this. I heard something. Okay. Okay. Other questions? Okay.
Rinpoche, Amy Nakamoto has a question. Yesterday, when you were giving explanation on staying in the essence of the unaltered natural state, you mentioned one practice of dividing samsara and nirvana. What is it? Can you explain more about it? Thank you.
Divided samsara and nirvana. Okay, unaltered natural state. It is natural. Yesterday I said it is natural. It is natural state. And this is like a kind of the, like, how do you say it? Natural. Not samsara. It's natural. It is not nirvana. It's natural. And it's without cause, it is natural. No need any conditions, it's natural. But you say it's like samsara and nirvana, but this is the universal ground source of the samsara nirvanas. That you mean, yes? Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Bernard Paulet says, what are the words we should say when we go to confession? Is it a mantra? Is it a personal improvisation? I still didn't understand.
Can you, in the Mundu, and can you read, there is, down Mumbai, you can to recite, there is the very easy resuming, everything is like kind of confession word, there is, okay, in the Mundu.
And he also asks, there are several versions of Vajrasattva mantra on the net. Which one to choose? It is said to recite the mantra as many times as possible. How many times are we cleansed? 5, 50, 1000?
Per day? Or what do you mean? Per day? Can you put again questions? Per day or per year or per month? I don't know, this your questions not clearly. Okay, maybe we can to stop there. You haven't got a question?
No more questions.
Okay, Lasso. Then maybe lunch is calling to us. It's very important. Thank you. Sonam daya tamche zikpa nya thoni nipa dana pamye te yega nanje balaban tripa Supun tsulen drogan drova asho Hyoncha sancho rambo che ma ye banam she jir je ye pa nyamba me pa Kone gondam perwa sho Hyoncha sancho rambo che ma she banam she jir je ye pa nyamba me pa Kone gondam perwa sho Hyoncha sancho rambo che ma she banam she jir je ye pa nyamba me pa Kone gondam perwa sho Kore rarve korba shinkaman se pandon deva malu jongwen Xianren zinwan tanza janzo ye shabi sante parda tanjur ji pardan lami kose tanbat Kanya yong la de yin jongwa dong dong yan malu tsuksa drupyon Nyurdu songji salan go bai shu shiva kanda yongda lama dong dharmi chuju pala longshu Sadon lamje yang ten razo ni durjin chonga kompo Nyurdu bai shu karma rar marme dong shima sarva char Malama lotan tanta ven du ye chunan te tar an benza sato sa maya mani pa layan benza sato de Ti chandra drume bhava sutuyo me bhava supuyo me bhava anurato me bhava sarva sato me Sarva karma satsa me zadang yaraya karaho ha 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 ho Bhagavan sarva tathan kartan benzarma mem Benzuba ma samaya sato a. Thank you, la. Thank you.
Chiche Rinpoche.